What's up, everybody? Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. As always, let's go ahead and do our mic check. Make sure that the sound is good. And this one will go up on YouTube. As always. Let me see. Mic check, mic check. Am I good? Yeah, I think I'm good. All right. So, I've been really having to work on grace, right? I want God and I want Jesus to have grace on me, so I gotta be able to give grace back. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna be aggressive with this. I'm just gonna be nice and calm, cool, and collected. I am human though, so I get frustrated. I get frustrated when people don't understand or don't see what I see. And I gotta be better at that. I admit it. I gotta be better at that because not everybody is gonna see things the way that you see things, right? So let's do this real quick. I want to show you why exclusives today, again, today, does not benefit the gamers. I understand back in the day, the Nintendo 64 versus the PlayStation, they had to have exclusives because one was running on a cartridge, one was running on a disc, and they had to have their studios exclusively work on making the best experience possible for what their hardware did. I get it for what the controllers did. I get it. However, today, that's not the situation we're in. Both the Xbox Series X and the PS5 are pretty much closed concept computers. Gaming computers at that specialized on gaming computers. They can actually both run Netflix and Hulu, web browsers, a little bit easier on the Xbox than the PS5, but essentially both these things are computers. The exclusive games are there to keep us locked in to their hardware, and it doesn't benefit us as gamers. I've been saying this for years now, so this is not something new. People are accusing me that I'm saying this now that Xbox games are going to PlayStation. No, listen, Xbox games going to PlayStation is a win for PlayStation gamers. That's more games that PlayStation gamers get to play. That's literally a pure example of how not having exclusives benefits gamers. Literally, the PlayStation gamers are benefiting from Microsoft giving away 4 of their exclusives. Like how would you argue this? If exclusives were so great and they were good for gamers, PlayStation gamers should be angry that Microsoft is doing this. Yet they're not. Yet they're not. The losers in this situation are the Xbox gamers, us Xbox gamers, because if you prefer to play games on Xbox, we're not getting anything. That's where we are losing as gamers because we're not getting anything. We're not losing because Microsoft is giving away games. No, we're losing because we're not getting anything in return. But I'm going to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Ready? Okay. What you're seeing right now is my desktop, right? The desktop on my gaming laptop. Okay. Helldivers 2 is the biggest game released this year on the PlayStation 5. And no one will argue that because I don't think there's anything else that's been released. I mean, you could say Helldivers 2 is the biggest game released on PlayStation 5 since Spider-Man 2, right? Let's do that. So, if you have a PlayStation 5, you can enjoy the greatness that is Helldivers 2. On the Xbox side, Paw World is the biggest release this year on the Xbox side. This game right here. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I have access to both a PlayStation exclusive and an Xbox exclusive on the exact same store. But not only the exact same store, on the exact same hardware, using the exact same controller, using the exact same screen. I have access to both games that are exclusive to the console. Yet on the PC side, they're not exclusive. You could just play them. Somehow we have been brainwashed into believing that it's okay. It's okay that if you want to play Paul World and you want to play Helldivers, but you're not on PC, that you have to buy two separate pieces of hardware. We've been brainwashed to believe that it's okay that if you want to play Paul World and you want to play Helldivers 2, you also need to pay two separate online subscriptions. We believe that as well. Now, if you're going to say these aren't first party studio games, then I will go to my library and all I have to do is let's go here. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. I can play it. I bought it. I can install it and play it right now if I wish. Or, hey, what's up, ISO? I can go to my Xbox app and I can play Starfield if I want. Now, to be fair, this if you want to argue that I had to go to the Xbox app, I don't. I can go here to the store and simply type Starfield, and there it is. Now, I want you to tell me, how is the gamer, again, how is the gamer that has to have the same experience that I'm having right now, being able to play both these games? How is the gamer that has to do this on two separate pieces of hardware winning? I want you to tell me that. You know, ISO said he's gonna return Helldivers 2. Go ahead, ISO, return it. If you don't like it, go ahead and return it. But if you see yourself not playing it, yeah, it's not a game that you're gonna play by yourself for the most part. You got to play it like in a community of people. So if you got a group of people that are gonna play it constantly, you know, like I would tell you to keep it and play with us, but we play so randomly. It's like, I don't want you to feel like you're wasting your money. It was gifted to me, and then on PC by Broken Games HDR. Shout out to you, BG. And then we went ahead and bought it on my PlayStation account, and then just game shared it with my son. So now they both can play it. Anyways, regardless, exclusivities. How do they benefit me as a gamer? How do they benefit you as a gamer? A big insult that I see is when people try to say that because of the exclusivity, this is what makes these developers create amazing games to compete with each other. I find that borderline disrespectful. That you believe that a great studio like Insomniac only produced hits like Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank because they were exclusive to the PlayStation. You think that Insomniac, if their game wasn't going to be released multiplayer, you don't think that those developers still would use their creative talents to make the game as great as it is? You don't think they would have done that? Do you really in your heart of hearts believe that? I really want to know, do you really in your heart of hearts believe that? It, so by that logic, do you believe that if Rockstar would have just made Grand Theft Auto 6 exclusive to the PlayStation 5, it would have been a better game because it's not exclusive. Do you really in your heart of hearts believe that? I want to know. I don't get it. And don't let people out there lie to you and change the narrative, because that's what a lot of people do, little snakes out there that try to outsmart you. Nobody is saying that exclusives don't matter. It's who do they matter to? They matter to the companies. They don't matter to the gamers. And you know what? I'm going to end this video with this, and I'm sure ISO, if you're still watching, you're going to appreciate this. This is probably why the PC master race looks at console gamers as idiots. Because the same thing that they get to play on one platform, we are arguing that we want to have to buy two different sets of hardware. We are arguing that games, because they're on separate pieces of hardware, are better when PC gamers are experiencing the exact same games on one hardware. Xbox is already putting their games day and day on PC. I don't know about Sony's financial troubles or Sony's financial triumphs, but I do know that Helldivers came day and date to PC, and it did amazing. I'm willing to bet that Sony will probably continue to do day and day on PC, and not just multiplayer games. I'm willing to bet. ISO, you're making too much sense. Exclusives do not mean the game is automatically better. You're correct, but PC is the way. PC is the way. And when Sony or Microsoft figure out how to make a console like PC that it's meant to connect to your TV, maybe like the Steam Deck UI or something, I don't know, and can seamlessly play these, like ISO. This is what ISO. What are we talking about, ISO? I have a ROG Ally right now to the right. I'm holding it in my hand right now, and this little machine that's way less powerful than the Xbox Series X and the PS5 can play exclusives that are on both consoles. How are people still arguing today, ISO, that exclusives are good for gamers? How, ISO? How? Again, I want you to tell me how this is good for me as a gamer. Again, I don't. I want one box, but I don't want one box manufacturer. What I mean by that is I don't want there only to be a PS5 if you want to play console gaming, or only to be an Xbox if you want to play console gaming. I want there to be multiple options for you to buy a console. The same way there's multiple options for you to buy a TV, there's multiple options for you to buy a headset, there's multiple options for you to buy a monitor, there's multiple options for you to buy a computer, multiple options. However, the software that they run, it's all the same. The features is what differentiates the hardware, the price point and the features. Xbox is literally doing it with the Series X and S. Literally doing with the Series X and S. The Series X has different features than the Series S, has different price point than the Series S. Yes, yet they play the exact same games. That is the ultimate choice for a consumer. Where okay, I'm gonna buy the system based on the features, not based on the software. I'm gonna end it there because I'm getting frustrated, and I feel like I've explained this plenty of times, and people just don't get it. And I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I could play Halo Infinite, which is a console exclusive for Xbox. I could play Helldivers 2, which is a Sony exclusive. I could go ahead and play Days Gone, which is a Sony console exclusive. I mean, what else we want? Let me see. Maybe you know what? I got a Spider-Man itch. I don't know. I could go ahead and play Spider-Man. But you know what? I don't got a Spider-Man itch. Maybe I have I don't know. Maybe I have a Gears, yeah, Gears of War itch. I don't know. I could literally all how how could you fight against this? I, oh man. Send this video to anybody out there that believes exclusives benefit gamers. And again, if their excuse is that this promotes the developers to make great work, that's an insult. Insomniac is Insomniac. Naughty Dog is Naughty Dog. Bethesda is Bethesda. Like what are we talking about? Dog 985 is levels to this. Alright, I'm gonna end this live stream. I'm putting this up on YouTube, but I just didn't want to take up space on my computer. So I said let me go ahead and make a live and we'll do this. Oh, I didn't realize you cheered, ISO. I appreciate you cheering. Look at ISO. What a warrior cheering. How many he cheered? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies. Hey, everything counts, dog. I appreciate you. Oh, 6 pennies. We out. Peace. A cheer is a penny, right? Ain't that crazy, man? How ISO in first place cheering? Oh no, is this month? Oh yeah, that is month. Yeah, and he's a prime. What a warrior! What a warrior! All right, ISO, you have a good one. I'm out. Peace.